Hi guys, this is your girl Wakeji Kamore and welcome to Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. We're currently going through the book of First Samuel and we're doing this chapter by chapter. So it'll be nice for you to listen to the end because I'll be sharing my takeouts from whatever chapter it is that we're going to be reading today at the end of this recording. Also remember to subscribe, to share this with someone else, and to click the notification bell so you never miss any new recording. In the book of First Samuel, chapter 19, and I'll be reading this from the NLT version. So karibu sana and follow through the story. So in the last chapter, we saw that Saul is hell-bent on killing David. And the next few chapters, it's just going to be Saul trying to kill David. Yani, this has become David's life. So let's read chapter 19 and see how he tries this time round. So Saul now urges his servants and his son Jonathan to assassinate David. What? But Jonathan, because of his strong affection for David, told him what his father was planning. Tomorrow morning, he warned him, you must find a hiding place out in the field. I'll ask my father to go out there with me and I'll talk to him about you. Then I'll tell you everything I can find out. The next morning, Jonathan spoke with his father about David, saying many good things about him. The king must not sin against his servant David. Jonathan said, he hasn't done anything to harm you. He has always helped you in any way he could. Have you forgotten about the time he risked his life to kill the Philistine giant and how the Lord brought a great victory to all the Israelites as a result? You were certainly happy about it then. Why should you murder an innocent man like David? There is no reason for it at all. So Saul listened to Jonathan and vowed, as surely as the Lord lives, David will not be killed. Afterward, Jonathan called David and told him what happened. Then he brought David to Saul, and Saul served in the court. He brought David to Saul, and David served in the court as before. War broke out again after that, and David led his troops against the Philistines. He attacked them with such fury that they all ran away. But one day, when Saul was sitting at home with his spear in hand, the tormenting spirit from the Lord suddenly came upon him again. And as David played his harp, Saul hurled his spear at David. But David dodged out of the way, leaving the spear stuck in the wall, and he fled and escaped into the night. This is at that time Saul is tupaying this spear at David. Then Saul sent troops to watch David's house. They were told to kill David when he came out the next morning. But Michal, David's wife, warned him, if you don't escape tonight, you will be dead by morning. So she helped him climb through a window, and he fled and escaped. Then she took an idol and put it in his bed, covered it with blankets, and put a cushion of goat's hair on its head. When the troops came to arrest David, she told them that he was sick and couldn't get out of bed. But Saul sent the troops back to get David. He ordered, bring him to me in his bed so I can kill him. But when they came to carry David out, they discovered that it was only an idol in the bed, with a cushion of goat's hair at its head. Why have you betrayed me like this and let my enemy escape? Saul demanded of Michal. I had to, Michal replied. He threatened to kill me if I didn't help him. So David escaped and went to Ramah to see Samuel, and he told him all that Saul had done to him. Then Samuel took David with him to live in Naioth. When the report reached Saul that David was at Naioth in Ramah, he sent troops to capture him. But when they arrived and saw Samuel leading a group of prophets who were prophesying, the Spirit of God came upon Saul's men, and they also started to prophesy. When Saul heard what had happened, he sent other troops by. But they too prophesied. The same thing happened a third time. What? Finally, Saul himself went to Ramah and arrived at the great well of Seku. Where are Samuel and David? He demanded. They are in Naioth in Ramah, someone told him. But on the way to Naioth in Ramah, the Spirit of the God came even upon Saul, and he too began to prophesy. Allah, I didn't even know this story, you guys. This is so fresh. How come I didn't know this story? And he too began to prophesy all the way to Naioth. He tore off his clothes and lay naked on the ground all day and night, prophesying in the presence of Samuel. And the people who were watching exclaimed, "What? Even Saul is a prophet?" And that's basically the end of that chapter. What? Akisi Saul is determined to kill David. He has sent troops after troops, and they're just going there to prophesy, to prophesy, to prophesy. You know, he decided to go himself. But even now he's prophesying, and now him is worse because now he's lying there naked. Imagine. Just imagine that. Anyway, so Saul continued his pursuit to kill David. But with the help of Jonathan and Micah, David escaped and ran to Samuel in the city of Naioth. David had been driven from his home, from the people that he loved, and still he remained faithful to God's plan. By running to Samuel, that's the one who had anointed him king, David was seeking protection and guidance from the man of God. I can only imagine the conversation between David and Samuel. I mean, if I was David, I would have been like, I was okay, minding my own business, looking after sheep. Now I'm here, but busy running for my own life. Sasa hizi ni vitu gani umeniletea? Are you even sure you're not the right guy? Are you sure that you even heard from God? Like, I feel like David went to Samuel to ask him questions like, Sasa wewe, what are these? Like, what's this? Look at my life. Look at what it has become. Now I'm always just running. I'm always wanting to be killed. It's almost as if David went back to his last place of instruction or last place of appointment, either to confirm the calling or to get a fresh encouragement. That should have been the same case with us, or that should be the same case with us. In the middle of doing what is right, what you know God has called you to do, it can get rough, you guys. It can literally feel like you're running for your life. I like this principle of going back to God for confirmation or for a fresh encouragement. I personally have known God to give me nudges of hope when I felt like I want to give up, and that is my challenge for you as well. When you feel like everything is falling apart, go back to the one who called you, the one who appointed you. Go back to God, and I promise you, He will give you nudges of hope. He's going to give you fresh encouragement and even a confirmation that you're still on the right track. Go back to the one who called you. Go back to the one who appointed you, because then you will receive confirmation, you will receive fresh encouragement, nudges of hope, and that then you will be able to go on with the journey, or go on with the things that God has called you to do. This is your girl Wakeji Kamore, and this has been Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. See you tomorrow.